Well, good morning, everyone. Thanks for joining me here today. We are continuing to celebrate the continuing success and record turnout for the 2020 election. I'm here today to speak directly to every voter in Georgia. Thank you. Thank you for voting. Thank you for voting absentee, and thank you for voting early. And please only vote once. Over the last 7 days, plus so far today, we have seen over 1.5 million voters by the end of today. Total Georgia voters that have come out and do the most precious thing that you can do to preserve our democracy, and that's vote. Thank you. Thank you for voting early. That's been huge. Thank you for voting your absentee ballot. That's been huge as well. After June, we all knew that we had to take effective steps to have a smooth election for the fall. It is a total team effort, from our office to the counties, to the poll workers, and to the single most important person in this process, you, the voter. During my campaign and in my time in office, we have worked to build a voter-centric election. We have worked hard to secure your vote in the middle of a pandemic. Our results speak for themselves. We have seen more absentee voting with 1.6 million absentee ballot requests, and 660,000 plus have been accepted so far. And you, the voter, are turning out in record numbers. Thank you again. We are setting records with every passing hour. There are those who attack and undermine our work through their disinformation efforts online and through the media. They are wrong, and the numbers prove it. It has never been easier to vote in the state of Georgia. When we saw an issue with speed in the voter registration, we jumped on it because we knew it would impact voter experience, so we handled that very quickly. So for the last week, we had smooth elections, smooth lines, strong lines in some locations, but in other places, people are voting without any lines whatsoever. We've had great participation throughout Georgia. So just to reiterate, we have 1.5 million voters cast so far, 1.65 million absentee requests in, and 380,000 of those have been accepted with our new online portal. We also had 250,000 voters sign up for the Georgia Ballot Tracks, which allows you to really track your notification of your absentee ballot request and what your status is through the process. As I said earlier, we are working to make Georgia's election system fair, voter-centric, smooth, and uniform. So far, with the numbers, we are succeeding. Thank you again, voters. I can take any questions you might have. Mark.
Mr. Secretary, can you update us on where we are with the technical issues that some voters experienced early last week? I know they were improved Wednesday, but have those issues been resolved? And do you have any concerns about going forward? You know, I know I heard from county election directors that they noted improvement. They weren't sure that it was done, that this was the solution.
Yeah, that solution's all been handled. In fact, what many people, it's counterintuitive, but actually the maximum draw we have on the ENET system is actually during the early voting process. It's a little in the weeds, Mark, but when you vote early, you're actually voting absentee in person versus absentee by mail. So there's just an awful lot of draw on the ENET system, particularly with the big turnout that we have.
And what's the solution? Can you just tell us how?
Just really adding more capacity with civics.
Can I ask you about results? I know we're still 2 weeks away, but with so many absentee ballots coming in, so many still to come in, I know counties can start counting today, I believe, right? How long do you think it might take with so many people showing up?
Well, we don't start counting anything until after, so we want to be clear on the terminology. Many people are calling that pre-canvassing, so the state election board wisely, and I supported that effort, allows people, when they send in their absentee ballot, allows the county election officials to begin the process of separating out the envelope, getting that all ready, just to open up that 2-page ballot, getting it ready so it's ready for scanning. And this week you can begin the scanning process, scan but not tabulate. But what that's really going to allow us to do is speed that up. Many of the races won't be that close, so we'll have results on Tuesday night. It's really the ones that are really, really tight. And so to answer your question, it's two-part. How close is the race? And if the race is really close, it may take till Wednesday, but really we can say this is who the winner. Mary won this race, Bob won that race, things like that. But we're working on that with the counties and really support the efforts of the counties because we can scan but not tabulate those absentee ballots early.
Does that underscore the importance, though, of people returning those absentee ballots earlier rather than later?
Yes, if you can really get that off your kitchen table, make your selection and get that in the mail or drop that off at the absentee ballot drop box. Every county has an absentee ballot drop box this cycle. Is there a question here?
For those still waiting on the absentee ballot who covered this last week, it's really your choice if you decide, hey, I'm going to go sign that affidavit and just give up on waiting for it to come in the mail. But
Right.
what can you say to those who are still?
Well, if you are waiting for your absentee ballot, you can really see where it is in the process. But as we get closer, you might want to go ahead if you don't get it for some reason. But I believe that the counties have really been responsive this time, and we're really seeing that most people are getting their absentee ballots. It's just that sometimes it takes that extra day or two. So I'd say right now you have that time is on your side. But if you get closer to week number 3, if it still doesn't show up, I would encourage you then to vote early and show up. The counties can check you off the absentee ballot list and you can vote.
With the problems with the election net, were any of those attributed, or did you attribute any of those in June, in the early voting period in June? Did you notice any of those delays or problems?
I haven't gone back to really look on the past. We're looking forward, so I have to go back and do some research on that one.
You've talked in the past about, estimated maybe 5 million turnout. Do you think that it might even get higher than that, given so many people voting early? And with so many people voting both early and on election day, what issues or problems do you foresee? Do you think that our both existing election technology and new election system are able to handle this smoothly, given there have been some user issues, difficulties in previous elections?
Well, there's a lot in that, to unpack in that question there. That was a multiple question there. But first of all, when we started this process, what we said, we are expecting 1.5 million folks to show up and vote absentee, 2 million in the early cycle and 2 million on the election day. It looks like right now on the absentee, we'll be about the 1.5 million, maybe 1.6, 1.7, maybe a little bit higher. But it looks right now, my estimate is that we'll probably have 2.5 million people vote early, which puts us ahead. So we still may have hit 2 million, but we certainly, I don't think we'll have to worry about 2.5 million then. So that will be a manageable election, and the more that vote early, the less that will be left on the playing field to show up on the election day. This 3 week of voting, with the system has really given all the new poll workers, all the election officials additional time to really become a proficient with that system to get ready for the big day when you have that 12-hour period on Tuesday, November 3rd, where we'll have 2 million folks show up to vote. So we should be in great shape. I think I saw a question over there.
Do you have any concerns about potential for hacking with the new voting machines? And can you walk us through whatever you can say about the security of the machines?
Well, I never want to say we don't have any concerns. We always have concerns. New system, old system, it didn't really matter. We understand that hackers work 24/7. People, if you look at your emails every day, people are looking how to scam you out of money, but people love to figure out how to scam you out of a vote too. So we're always really conscious of that. We have really strong cybersecurity defenses, and we work with Department of Homeland Security and other organizations, and they'll be in our war room definitely on Tuesday, November 3rd. We understand how important cyber defenses are. We're really grateful with our partnership with the Georgia Cyber Center over in Augusta.
Last question?
One more clarification too on the internet bandwidth system. Has that been fixed to capacity?
Yes, it has been. One more? Well, thank you so much. Appreciate you coming out. Take care. Enjoy the day.